so we did voting on question 2.
Sorry, so what is question 2? A yes on this will support the authorization of building 12 more charter schools, or public charter schools, as they are also known as, and it will enroll expansions in the existing charter schools by State Board of Elementary and Secondary Education per year.
A vote no on question 2 opposes the construction of these 12 new charter schools. It limits the enrollment and expansions of them and maintains the cap that is currently on the construction.
So our first argument for the side yes, it's more options for families. For many schools, one size does not fit all. For some students, their main high school cannot be like challenging enough, or maybe it might be too challenging. So parents should have different alternatives to send their kids to different schools.
And to argue this point, it's definitely going to be less diverse because charter schools tend to create more racial segregation since they use a target market. That means that they're going to pick the kids that get in. They're not just going to let anybody get in. Therefore, they have the ability to be more selective, and this can cause problems for families.
Okay, for yes, we said that the competition will make teachers step up this game. In general, overall, this will be beneficial towards both public schools, private schools, and charter schools, because if every teacher is trying to get better than the other teacher, it's going to increase the quality of education for everybody.
But then this will create an unfair playing field because charter schools must open their doors to all even though they don't want to, and that means that there's going to be a rigorous curriculum, and it's going to discourage academic slackers and will filter out low-income families, which in the end is going to be bad competition.
So argument 3 for yes, flexibility. Since charter schools do not need to conform to government regulations, they have more freedom and to experiment different ways to teach and stuff. So they can have longer school days, start and end school at any time, and teach whatever material however they want to. Public schools, on the other hand, they have more rules to go by. They have to teach in a certain way or teach certain material.
To oppose that statement, there's less control and accountability by voting yes on this, because the charter schools have boards, like the big charter school organizations control everything. So when a problem does arise in the charter schools, it becomes harder for the parents and students to step in to protest the issues.
Okay. So charter schools that perform significantly better than traditional public schools was at 17%. So that's actually not bad considering there's not many charter schools in the United States.
Charter schools that performed worse was 37% of our pie graph, and 46% were performing the same as traditional schools.
Okay, so the conclusion for yes, in conclusion, according to the pie chart, 46% believe that charter schools are equal to public schools. So if this bill does get passed, people will have an option to try it out, and this could influence people to support the schools after all.
For now, we concluded that 37% of the charter schools actually did perform worse than the public schools, and 17 of them performed like the same as public schools. So over half of them are performing the same, if not worse, than the public schools that we already have that are already doing a good job.
And these are citations.